Popcorn for breakfast.
Good morning, William.
Good morning, Stephen.
So, what did we see this morning?
We saw Kong, Skull Island.
Yes, for those of you who don't know the King Kong mythos, William, let's go through that.
Big gorilla. That's literally what King Kong is. King Kong is a big gorilla. But he's fun because he's a big gorilla. You know, we own the newer King Kong. We own the original King Kong. I'm going to get to this. But yeah, Kong's just a big gorilla. But that's why he's cool. Because he just does gorilla things.
Yeah, well, the original movie was there's this island where it was like a zookeeper type story. Like, we're gonna go find the latest attraction.
Exactly.
And put it on display, and it was a very simple man versus nature plot.
They heard about Skull Island, which was this place that no one goes to, and there weren't big creatures, there were dinosaurs.
Yes.
And King Kong was a throwback to a prehistoric era.
Yes, he was like a leftover.
Yeah.
Missed extinction somehow, and he's just hanging out on the island. And when you start shooting little bullets at him, he gets pissed off.
Yeah, and
so
then
Yeah, and so for this new movie in 2017, all of those aspects kind of translated pretty well to this new plot.
Is that a monkey?
The plot is somehow John Goodman and his associate are with the Monarch Corporation, which you may remember from Gareth Edwards' 2014 Godzilla movie. Again, we'll get into that later. It's the cover story is they want to go map the island. They've teamed up with this other group of scientists called Landsat. I don't know where that comes from or what that has to do with anything.
They're the
nerds in the blue jackets.
They use satellites to find new territories to survey for mineral and important things.
Okay.
Actually, a thing that was going on in the 70s.
Okay, yeah, and so
that was a real, or 60s, 70s. That was a real thing.
Yeah, and so Monarch is like they're out of money and they piggyback on this so that John Goodman could get his footage of King Kong, or he doesn't know it's King Kong yet.
A big thing.
He knows that there's monsters on Earth. And as this movie relates to Godzilla 2014,
he's the Cranston.
He's not the Cranston so much. He's also the Ken Watanabe because he believes that he goes through the lore that monsters have always existed.
Oh,
that
that's
this
true.
Earth is not ours. The same way Ken Watanabe talks about Godzilla in 2014 Godzilla. So obviously they start dropping bombs on this island. Godzilla shows up, kicks the shit out of all their helicopters.
King Kong shows up.
I'm going to do that. That's one. King Kong shows up, kicks the shit out of their helicopters. There's 3 groups of our team on 3 separate parts of the island. And then they all have their own motivations.
And in that military escort, we have Samuel L. Jackson, who's in everything.
And he says, hold on to your butts.
And he says, hold on to your butts.
There's a rendezvous point they need to get to. So it's a ticking time bomb type thing. We got to get to this before a certain time, otherwise we all die.
Because there's a small piece of the storm they can fly through.
Yes.
To leave.
And there's the boat that won't go through the storm, and they're going to come rescue them at a certain time.
Yeah.
And that's basically it. It has the same feel as Godzilla, where it's like we don't understand what's going on between the monsters. This is a fight between Kong and the Skull Crushers.
Nature's natural balance. Was the theme again.
Yes.
Nature's natural balance.
Let them fight.
Let them fight.
Basically same idea here. Because the other antagonist, as if Kong wasn't enough and the Skull Crushers wasn't enough, the other antagonist in this movie is Samuel L. Jackson, who goes all like very stereotypical soldier, like I have one more war to fight. I don't have closure from Vietnam. I didn't kill enough Charlies.
They set
Vietnam,
that up that
so
he's
I've
not
gotta
pleased.
Go.
Yeah.
I need my next enemy.
And he's mad because Kong killed like 8 of his dudes in like a minute.
Yeah.
There are a bunch of Vietnam people. The Vietnam War literally just finished. And yeah, he goes crazy and does his military thing. People realize that Kong is important and they want to save Kong. And then, that's really the movie. Yeah. They went out of Vietnam to fight a different kind of gorilla.
There's 2 kinds of gorillas.
There's 2 kinds of gorillas. Look it up.
Well, would you look at that? It bleeds.
We did that. We hook up with Chapman, there's enough munitions on that down sea stallion to finish the job.
The movie was awful. We had stupid giant monsters jammed up our ass through the whole movie because guess what? We're on Skull Island and there's gotta be monsters.
Yeah.
We had a giant stick bug. We had saw-faced pterodactyls. There was the world's biggest water buffalo. Gentle giant kind of thing. They established there's big squids, and apparently Kong likes sushi. Calamari, excuse me.
You can't get away with not comparing it to Peter Jackson's King Kong, which is an orgy of violence. Your complaint of this movie is my complaint of Peter Jackson's King Kong because
Same
now he's
complaint.
getting eaten by a worm. Now there's dragonflies. Now there's spiders. Now there's this. Now there's this. It's like there's men on this crew just so we can see them die. Like they have no purpose other than to die. Here at least it's a little bit more streamlined. There's the giant spider sequence.
Oh yeah, there was
which
a giant
was pretty
spider.
scary. I thought the most useless part were the natives. They had no role to play other than
To get that guy a home.
to give John C. Reilly a home for 28 years after
And
his
explain that Kong's a good
exploits.
guy.
And that too.
But
But they don't talk. They don't do anything.
dear YouTube, I'm not defending this film. I'll defend this film tooth and nail.
Yeah, that's Peter Jackson's King Kong is a quality film. It's
No,
just
no.
a little too much time on the island.
Peter
I want
Jackson...
to get onto that side. Track.
Exactly. Peter Jackson knows how to make movies. I don't have a problem with Peter Jackson's King Kong. Here's the comparison I was talking about that I was going to make in the theater and decided to hold till now. This movie felt like Slipstream to me. Because we had really good actors. You have Samuel L. Jackson. You have John Goodman. I forget the actor's name who plays Loki.
Oh, Tom Hiddleston.
Tom Hiddleston, he was in there. They're quality actors. I like them. They, no matter what you put them in, especially John Goodman and Samuel L. Jackson, whatever you put them in, they will give you 110%.
Completely reliable.
Great actors. Shittiest, clunkiest written script. Things happen not because they're moving toward action, but just because they're like, well, you know what, giant log monster, because it should be there.
Yeah, I thought. This movie hits all the King Kong beats. You know, you crash on the island, you're stranded, you're scared for your life, and then you're introduced to all these mystical creatures one by one.
Yeah.
People die, and it's like, okay, what do we? I already knew going into this was going to be a part of a new giant monster cinematic universe on the part of Warner Brothers. So I was waiting for how they're going to tie it into Godzilla, which we should probably just get into that now. I thought it was actually. I know you're a fan of Godzilla and King Kong, and I'm a passive admirer of the genre. So I felt that John Goodman's character is the connection, because if you remember from Godzilla, was all about the nuclear bombs in the South Pacific. We weren't testing them, we were trying to destroy something. John Goodman was witness to that. His character, Joe Randa, he was witness to that, and that's what motivates him. So that's fine for me. That was perfect sense. That's why... he wasn't Carl Denham just trying to make a buck off of boobies in a movie.
But he had no reason to need to go there, though. Like, he was the sole survivor of a ship that got attacked by a giant monster.
He had to bring proof back.
But I don't know. He would have done so much better if he was the crazy guy that like he becomes obsessed with the monster. Like he just needs to see it, or because he was the only surviving guy, he needs to be killed by it because like he was supposed to die there by this giant monster.
Oh, like Quint from Jaws.
Yes, they needed. The crazy needed to flip. You needed to have Samuel L. Jackson to be very logically driven into why he wants to kill Kong, and you needed to have John Goodman just be fucking crazy.
Yeah, Samuel L. Jackson, to me, he went crazy too soon. I feel like
really
Air Cavalry Colonel would probably be a little bit more reasoned. Even after... And there's several scenes where after the first Kong attack, where I think the youngest member of the crew is like, aren't we going to talk about this?
Yeah.
What did we just... we need to sit around and have some closure here first. And
everyone's just strolling
Samuel L. Jackson never gets to that point. He's just like, there's something out there that killed my men. I got to kill it before I leave.
Yeah.
And it was okay. He was Samuel L. Jackson. He was not Mace Windu Samuel L. Jackson. He was Quentin Tarantino Samuel. He was there was a lot of Jules Winfield in his performance of the Colonel.
You are going to tell me everything I don't know, or I'm going to blow your head off.
Okay, I'll be generous. This movie popped. It was at least entertaining on screen. It had some fun CG. There was a really good monster fight until Kong went all fucking Space Odyssey and started using technology. it was fun to see, but the script is really clunky. Some things happen just for dumb reasons, and there's monsters that didn't need to be there. They were just dumb that they were there. But if you want big monsters and you just want to see Kong, then fine, go see it. It popped.
Yeah, and that's pretty much the same for me. I think it learned a lot from all the mistakes that Godzilla 2014 made. The major criticisms was you don't see Godzilla enough. Right away, you see Kong.
That's true. They gave us plenty of Kong screen time.
And also, my thing that bugged me all throughout Godzilla is that Bryan Cranston's son, whatever his name, Ford Kick-Ass, is just in every possible location at just the right time. He's on the train, middle of nowhere with the Mutos. He's on the boat. He knows how to disarm the bomb. He knows how to get the boat from the marina, which doesn't exist in that part of San Francisco, I have to say, out to the ocean. And he's just there the whole time. He's there to look in Godzilla's eye at the end. He's there to destroy the nest of eggs from the Mutos. That, it's just all so convenient. Here, we have characters that, we don't really know anything about the black guy. He's just a scientist, and he's scared. And then his Vietnamese girlfriend is just there. There's no character development. It didn't need to be.
They didn't really give us anything.
They work for Monarch. They're fine. They're there. There's that cliche character development where one of the soldiers is like, yeah, I got a job working for an airline. My whole family's moved. Yeah. Keep writing to my son, and
I'm not gonna die. I have a family.
Yeah, and that the unfortunateness of it's just one last mission after we just survived the Vietnam War. We got it, and then they all die, and or most of them die, and so I would say it popped. Entertaining. It's a good theater movie because of the spectacle. Yeah. Because of the visuals. Was really annoyed by the Forrest Gump soundtrack throughout the whole movie.
Oh yeah, they want us to know that we were in post Vietnam.
1973? Is it really 1973?
I had no clue.
Yeah. Well, you can't have Vietnam era choppers with Vietnam era soldiers flying into battle without Creedence Clearwater Revival's "Fortunate Son" playing somewhere. Some folks are born made to wave the flag, they're red, white, and blue. And when the band plays "Hail to the Chief," they point the cannon at you.
Can I rant now?
Yes.
Please.
Uncork.
Why, Toho? Why give people like this rights to your awesome characters? At the end of this piece of shit fucking movie, they decide to be like, there's more islands with more creatures, and they show Rodan, they show Mothra, who are on Earth, yes, but then they show King fucking Ghidorah, the amazing golden monolith that gave Godzilla so much shit for years. They show him as being based on Earth. Fuck you, Ghidorah is from space. How dare you tie this piece of shit film in with the other piece of shit film and make us dig through more shit? You already made it, Toho! You didn't need to do it again. This is shit, but it's fun shit because it's dudes in rubber suits. You're gonna give us CG'd shit? Fuck off. Fuck you, Toho. God damn it. I enjoyed the last From Japan Godzilla movie. It was really good. And you're gonna give these bastard ass pieces of shit rights to do your movie? Fuck you, Toho! God damn it. Ghidorah was from space, Steven. Ghidorah was from space. Mecha Ghidorah was from space. Mecha Godzilla was from space the first time and then from Earth the second time. Alright? God damn it. God damn it.
I also liked Logan. It was a very good movie that we saw this week.
Yeah, we actually did see Logan. It actually turned out to be really good.
Yeah, it was great.
I have to say, I was a little bitchy about it at first because I was tired of seeing Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, but I totally take it back. It was actually a quality film.
Great send-off for Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, and a good prologue to the New Mutants series of movies we're sure to be subjected to in the next few years.
From space, Steven! Ghidorah was from space!